The thing you were always trying to combat was obviously the silence, the lack of atmosphere, this just nonsense where you could, when you have the game on in your house and you got it cranked up as you do on game day and you're just locked into your game, you hear conversations in the stands. Well, this is ridiculous. I hear this dude just telling this other dude where he's going next week on vacation. Like, there's nothing to this atmosphere. This is awful.
2nd and 10 here for Florida State. You ever been to the Cayman Islands?
You're like, these two dudes are right next to the box. I can just hear this whole conversation. Sue's been once. She said it was delightful.
There's a pass over the middle caught.
Yeah, and that's going to be a first down for Wake Forest. They're in Florida State territory. Game tied at 10. You're like, oh, this is ridiculous. You get because you can feel it. You can feel it happening.
That guy's talking about how, boy, oh boy, I almost ran out of gas the other day on the turnpike. I was sweating it. I was on the light for 20 miles.
Those moments where you are watching, it's funny. This is how the grand upsets
Makes
occur.
you more mad.
The big upsets happen, and there's no atmosphere, and you're just watching this nightmare play out before you. It happened this year against Boston College. How many of us watched as that thing began to get tight and said, "Oh, they're going to lose. Oh, that's what we're going to do. We're going to F around and lose out here today." Like, because there's a moment in the second half where I think universally Florida State fans were like, "Oh, we're going to lose. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what this is today. Another one of these, huh? We're going to remember this one forever. We're going to lose to this Boston College team." Because even the most level-headed, there's a couple of moments there, especially, look, bottom line is if you don't get that face mask, you're going to lose the game. And we get the face mask, and you're like, oh, thank God. That's it. Survive. I had a good buddy of mine who's not a Nole, but he's been in media covering college football for 40 years. Great guy. And he lives in South Florida. He texts me. He's like, how many times have we seen either a Florida State or Miami team in one of these weird atmospheres against lesser teams with no fans and a sorry atmosphere, and been sitting here going, are we going to survive this? Are we going to find a way to get this win?
For Miami, that's most home games. But yes.
He means even when they were good 20-plus years ago. But, yeah, that's damn it, man.
20-plus. That's right.
It's weird to think about. And you go back and watch it, you're just 1 3rd and 19 after the other. Really? He's going to convert that? Look at that dude running wide the hell open on 3rd and 20.
Stays on his feet. Yeah, of course he did. You don't have to say it like that, man.
Yeah, the way they say stays on his feet, or did he catch that? I think he did, Bob. You're like, oh, and he's so gleeful.
Yep, and then Bob goes, how about that?
He did catch it. That's going to be a first down for Boston College at the Florida State 7. You've just never seen a stranger play.
That's why they play the game.
Like, I'm going to slap this bitch in a second. You get so mad.
I'll tell you what, partner. That's why they line them up. Unbelievable.
And now Florida State knows they're in a ball game. Here we go. 1st and goal from the 7. BC looking to take the lead in the 4th.
This is really something, partner.
Yeah. Those are the hardest, and it's always those announcers that sound exactly like that. Don't look now. Don't look now.
Oh,
yeah. We're tied at 20.
It's the D team.
Yeah.
We got a ball game. And you're like, yeah, thanks, pal. You're looking to make your career highlight reel today, which Wes Durham didn't need it. He has his bona fides at the NFL level, but he got the Jacksonville State call. As he's making the call, it's like, I don't believe I'm making this call tonight in that situation, but how about this? This one might be my legacy in college football.
So when you're in a game where that kind of weirdness is flipped and it feels like it's run away, it's off the tracks, the train's off the tracks. So it's always, when that happens, it's always 27-7, Florida State. It's always 27-7. You're like, oh, we're feeling good. We're all right here, guys.
10:32 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, 27-7, feeling good. And then you do something dumb. Sometimes it's something as simple as a missed field goal from 34 that would have made it 30-7.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, would have liked you to make that kick.
Quarterback sack on a 3rd and 12. Roughing the passer
because
he drove him into the ground.
Yep, don't get off the field. First down at the 50. All right, guys, let's gather. Let's go ahead and get this thing back. Let's go. They go down, score, 7 minutes left to go in the half. All right, 27-14.
Yeah.
All right.
But we did bat a ball in the air and drop the interception.
Oh, right between two guys. Yeah, fell just somehow harmlessly to the ground. Oh, that was close. I'll tell you, that could have changed the game. And then the next thing you know, it's 27-14. And then you go 3 and out for whatever reason. You kind of look a little discombobulated. Johnny drops the ball right in his hands on 3rd and 7. That would have been a first down. You're like, oh, gonna drop that one, are you? That's a toughie. Okay.
Here comes a shank punt.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, that's uncharacteristic.
That came off the side of his foot, Bob.
That's
That's a 7-yard punt. That is a 7-yard punt, isn't it?
That's when they break out what? The trick play. This is the flea flicker that hits.
And then you're like,
wide open.
And we're in a game. We've got a game.
It's now
there we go.
27-21.
Yeah.
4:47 to go in the second quarter.
And you're furious. You're getting a text from me, and it's all happening. You're like, look at this nonsense.
Yep.
Now, see, that is what we're going to avoid, everybody. That is the kind of nonsense we're going to avoid this Saturday. Let's see how buttoned up and businesslike we can be to avoid that scenario, which we've seen countless times.
Mark Herzlich, what do we have here? We got ourselves a game.
Mark Herzlich. It's like when you played, Mark. We never had much success against them, but I'll tell you what a ball game we got here today, Steve. That's for sure, Mark. Here we go. We get set to kick it. Oh, it's an onside kick. You know, I think they got it. Son of a bitch. Bounces like 10 yards. It's the most perfect onside kick you've ever seen.
Yep.
He catches it, gets both feet down right as he's going. It's never that. Yeah.
He grazes his toe.
Yeah. But they're going to have to watch a replay for 10 minutes because that's going to make you angrier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and he would, if he put his heel on the ground, he'd be out of bounds, but somehow his heel never came down. He rolled over.
It's a miracle.
So the heel never touched the white.
I think they're going to say he's in. What the call on the field was that he was in. I don't see enough to overturn it. You're like, no, neither do I.
Comes Gary Patterson's joker ass. He's like, after review.
Yeah.
Wake ball.
Yeah, and you're just livid.
We also have a sideline warning on Florida State.
Mike's starting to do the knee bend, stare off in the distance. Oh, there it is. That's the knee bend. Yeah, I've got Mike down. He's not winning poker games against me. His tell is so good. It's like as soon as it starts going off the tracks, here comes the knee bend, looking off into the distance.
And we call a blitz because we're trying to make a statement. And it's too long developing. The safety takes forever to get downhill.
Daniel, good call here, by the way. Don't forget the 3 straight awful calls from the refs in this sequence. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, well, it looks like they missed a hold there, Bob. Yes.
How about that, partner?
Yeah, that's
boy.
Sometimes you need the breaks.
I think you'd be thrown in jail for that.
Well, that's a blatant face mask. I don't think they
No, they didn't see it.
They didn't see it.
As it stands, it's first down, gain of 11.
First down. That's boy, that's a tough break. Yes, it is. It's a tough break.
And then the guy says something that it brings you no comfort. He says, well, these are the kind of things that can happen.
Always.
Oh, well, really?
Yeah, these are the kinds of things that can happen.
I guess so.
Well, when upsets are stirring, you're like, okay, just shut the hell up already.
How many times have we seen teams come into Winston-Salem and have a harder time than they expected?
And they make it sound it's like it's because of that team and not just this 17 set of bizarre circumstances that never, ever happen in a football game.
Strange things happen in Winston-Salem all the time.
You know, you go back to that tip pass in the second quarter, Bob. That hit him right in the hands. That's going to make this game 34-7. He's going to walk in if he makes that catch. But instead, it's set up 3rd and 13. They convert on that drive. They go on to score a touchdown. And let's not forget, right after that's the onside kick. Those 2 touchdowns have got us to where we are now. And this is a ball game with 7 minutes to play. You're like, yes, it is.
They go to break, come back. They cut to the sideline. Well, look who's in the house. It's Tim Duncan. Wow. Legendary moments here.
And he's saddled with Chris Paul. You're like, okay, they're all here. The whole
Wake
gang's
Forest,
all here.
There's
10,000 people in the stands, and Chris Paul and them are here for some reason.
Then they summon a graphic of their basketball greatness, and they miss a play, and it's 2nd and 6.
And you didn't see anything that happened
on first down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And oddly, by the way, one of those players, for some unknown reason, arrived at the game on a motorcycle. Always. It's always some great.
Well, he's with the deacon. He's on the back.
Oh, look, isn't that funny? Look at that. He's with him. There he is. Oh, that's Wake Forest. Great. Tim Duncan on the motorcycle.
And now it's time for our Food Lion Keys to Success here on the ACC Network.
It's painful.
Wake Forest tackles for loss. You know, we said it was going to be a big stat today. They've got 10.5. 10.5 here in the third quarter. Inspired play.
We're not cursing the team, Zyler. We're just going through the litany of things that have occurred over the years and sound oh so familiar in those just absolutely empty atmospheres like Wake or Duke or any number of other schools where you're just thinking, my God.
And here's the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that guarantees that you may not lose, but that you're feeling the angst of all of this.
So you got the ball, and now you just decided, screw this. And you are deciding to man up. Yep. You're running the football. You're getting downhill.
Fumble. Here comes the fumble.
Well, it wasn't actually just yet.
Okay.
That's still
to come.
Might be in the red zone. But you hit a couple of big plays, and then their linebacker suddenly falls to the turf.
Oh, yeah, now the delay. Yep, now no.
And he's fine. He's fine. You know he's fine.
Everybody knows he's fine.
You can't say it out loud.
Perhaps a little gamesmanship here, Steve. I'm not sure.
We'll be right back. 4.5-minute commercial break.
And you're walking around the house, popping a beer, going, are you kidding me with this nonsense?
We were going to score here.
We're going to F around and lose this game. By the way, the fumble is always accompanied by, did that ball pop loose? It's never obvious. Right. It's never. Yep. It's like it's always in a scrum. Nobody can really
and
tell.
You see guys going,
and then you see like, wait a minute, what did he say? And then you hear the guy, did that ball pop loose? It's always that. You're like, son of a bitch, he fumbled. Yeah.
Wake Forest thinks they have the ball. They do.
They do. They got the ball. How about this?
And it's number 99 for Wake, and they say
he's running off the field.
Malcolm Ray with the recovery.
And they get it wrong.
That's our player.
It's not Malcolm Ray.
That's our 99. You idiot.
Yeah. Did that ball pop loose? Oh, I hate that.
Flip the roster card.
That hopefulness in a guy's voice, did that ball pop loose, drives me more batty than any other aspect of this. Did that ball pop loose? He's couldn't be more excited. He's like, I think I saw it.
Yeah. And you hear the spotter in the booth going, yes.
Definitely a fumble, Bob. We're going to have to look at a review. We'll be right back. This is close. This could be a game changer. And as they're going to break, they're showing you the slow motion, and you see it start to wiggle. You're like, oh, he fumbled. He definitely fumbled. That's their ball. That's when my neighbor hears me say things I shouldn't say.
Well,
that's when my neighbor hears the GD at the top of my lungs.
And he goes, how's the game going, Jeff?
That's when Christy goes, get it together. Oh, the windows are open. The whole neighborhood can hear you.
And then you say, oh, well, they're blowing it, man.
Yeah.
And the guy says, well, I mean, that's what happens when you go to Wake.
Oh, man.
There's not even a refuge in my backyard.
Nope. I just shut the door at that point and say, okay, let's grow up here. We gotta buckle up. We're going to have to figure out a way. And when you win a game like that,
Dad, what are we getting for dinner?
Oh, jog your ass up there and get something because this is ridiculous.
Here's $5. Go to the Circle K, get a hot dog that's been there for 3 days. You're welcome.
That was kind of fun. I feel like in a weird way, that was cathartic, everybody. We got that out of our system now, so we don't have to do it Saturday.
The good news is in real life, when you say what's for dinner, or Bryce or Clark does, you could say, well, I already got you the platter, son.
From Zaxby's. Proud Golden Chief boosters for over 18 years. They've endured some of those calls.
I can count on that.
They've heard all that before.
The food's not going to be a problem, son. All right? So you're welcome. Here's 2 platters with all the sauces. I know you wanted the torch sauce.
Got it.
The torch sauce.
Got the torch sauce. I got the spicy. I got the torch. I got the classic. We're all good. By the way, we varied this thing up. I got a Philly over here. I got the platter with just the fingers over here. I've got the classic chicken sandwich there. We're all good. Split top bun, thick cut pickles, all good with the cheese to boot. Forget about it. One of your 107 neighborhood Zaxby's. 107.
Wow. My goodness.
We have so many to choose from.
And son, before they award the ball to Virginia Tech or Wake Forest or whoever we're playing in this scenario, I'm going to get some Texas toast. I'm going to stew over a piece of Texas toast because right now that's the only thing. Maybe a swig of beer or two. After review.
Yo, you already know. And then the
runner was not down.
Yeah. And then you're going to see the fans go berserk, the little pocket of fans that are still there.
People.
Yeah, they're going nuts, though. They're louder than any 4 fans you've ever heard in your life. Like, oh, my God.
That was my Flanagan, by the way.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
By the way, also those fans that are annoying you because they're cheering extra loud for this fortuitous thing that's happened to their club, they all have pom-poms for some reason. Look at these clowns actually
with the stick,
bring it in. With the long stick. With the long stick, always. They're like, look at these a-holes. Like it's 1957. Unreal.